The Existential Crisis Hotline. The Existential Crisis Hotline. The Existential Crisis Hotline. The Existential Crisis Hotline. The Existential Crisis Hotline.
What's up, everybody? What is up? What is up? That is the question. What is up there in outer space? That is the question. I'll tell you what's down here in my hands. Milk chocolate. I feel like Willy Wonka, you know? Or like the kid. Look at this packaging. You gotta admit, like, they know how to package stuff. Look at that. Look at that. I've won the golden ticket. The golden ticket. It's probably the best way to start a stream is just to randomly eat a piece of chocolate. But I mean, look at that. Look at that chocolate. I normally prefer it with some caramel, but, you know, that's what I got. Okay, so tonight, do I smell the chocolate first? No, I smell it after. Don't smell like anything. No, smell like chocolate, but nothing special. I don't have a very strong sense of smell, so I can't taste anything. This just tastes like chalk. But I like the taste of chalk, so that works out. Okay. So what's everybody? What's everybody? Dude. I don't know what's going on, but ever since I did that stream on talking about the mind, revealing some secrets, something's been going on. I've been getting some kind of like transmissions, or it sounds like static, but there's like numbers and stuff. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully that won't interfere with tonight. It's making me mispronounce my words. Okay. But all joking aside, let's talk about, I got a cool video for you. Let's look at this.
Where do you see this civilization going in the next 10 years?
The next 10 years are going to be wild. Here's what I see coming. AI is going to take over most white-collar jobs by 2030. Lawyers, coders, accountants, radiologists, all of it. The job market's going to get brutal for anyone whose brain is their main asset. Inflation's going to stay sticky. Your dollar's going to keep buying less every year. Wages won't keep up. So most people are going to feel poorer even if the numbers look bigger. Fertility rates keep dropping fast. Some countries will start paying people to have kids, but it's probably not going to work. Population decline is going to hit the West hard around 2035. Governments keep printing money to pay off the massive debt they've racked up. That creates bigger financial bubbles and uglier crashes. And people are going to lose even more trust in institutions. Media, universities, government, banks. That trust collapse is the one that changes everything. It's going to feel like we're accelerating toward the edge of a cliff, but nobody knows yet if we're going to crash, swerve, or sprout wings on the way down.
What's your prediction?
My honest prediction? By 2035, we're going to feel like two completely different countries living in the same borders. The top 20%, people who own assets or work directly with AI, will be doing better than ever. But the bottom 60% are going to be squeezed hard. Jobs disappearing, real wages falling, prices still rising. That gap turns into real anger. You'll see massive political instability, not just protests, but actual governance breakdowns in some cities and states. At the same time, a ton of people are going to start checking out of the system completely, building local communities, parallel economies, homeschooling networks, crypto, whatever lets them opt out. The wild card is AI itself. If it keeps getting smarter faster than expected, it could either replace so many jobs that society breaks, or it could become the tool that lets regular people create wealth outside the old system. I think we muddle through, but the 2030s are going to feel more like the 1930s than the 2010s. A lot of old assumptions about how society works are going to die in this decade.
Yeah, says an AI. Can't trust that shit, can you? Well, I thought that was interesting, though. But it kind of like mirrors what we were talking about. I think it was that video I played before we looked at the Pope's encyclical. Douglas Rushkoff, when he was talking about how the elite look at everything, like the Zuckerbergs and the Peter Thiels and all that. And check this out. Oh, let me pull it up. I saw this today. Actually, I'll tell you this first. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but online, I saw a couple times people posting this weird rumor that like Trump is not happy with JD Vance. And one of the rumors was that JD Vance leaked something that only he could know. Like Trump will do this where he'll tell people certain things, and then when that information ends up in the press, he'll know who is talking. So it's kind of like a way of catching leakers, right? So I just saw this rumor that that was going on with JD Vance, and saying that, you know, he was trying to figure out a way to get rid of JD Vance, that only JD Vance could be either impeached or he could step down. And I was just thinking about that, like, you know, I don't know. That could just be like a total online rumor. But it kind of makes sense, potentially, because you haven't really seen much JD Vance. I'm just talking about in the media, like the media presence. It's been a lot of like Rubio. So that's kind of weird, right? And then if that's true, like let's say he wants Vance to step down so that Rubio can become vice president. I'm just making this up. Rubio can be vice president, then that's like an obvious way for Rubio then to have that sort of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like head start for running for president when Trump is gone. And because he's been putting Rubio in a lot of stuff. Like he sent him to India. I mean, he is the Secretary of State, so it's not weird that he would be doing that. But it just looks like even within like how they're promoting things, this is all just speculation, obviously. But let's say that was true, that there was some kind of inner stuff going on, and he didn't want Vance there. Well, Vance is sort of the in the administration with like the Peter Thiel tech side, right? That's my opinion. When the whole Butler PA thing happened, and then suddenly it was like Elon Musk was on board 100%, and then you saw like dominoes, like Zuckerberg, all these tech people, and then at the inauguration of Trump, it was all the tech billionaires, and then when he went to China, he took all the tech billionaires. So is JD Vance the guy that makes all that happen? I don't know, but he from my perspective, it was like right. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was right after the Butler PA that he chose Vance as his running mate. Is that right? Here, I'll look it up. When was Butler assassination attempt? July 13th. When did Trump choose Vance as VP? Wait, what? Butler, PA, July 13th, 2024. When did Trump choose Vance? July 15th. Okay. Weird coincidence. I didn't know that. I was like assuming it was sometime after. That is weird, right? But let's just play with this idea. I'm just, today I'm a news pundit, all right? So my news opinion is that, according to this rumor, Trump wants JD Vance out. Does Trump want him out, or does somebody else want him out? Like, maybe there's like the tech side who's vying for power, and there's some other side that's kind of in there trying to get their things going. And so if they're trying to push Vance out and get Rubio up, the tech side would be like, what the hell, right? Well, check this out. Did I pull it up yet? Hold on. Patrick Webb. There it is. Breaking. Peter Thiel is reportedly considering relocating to Argentina due to concerns about the future of the United States and growing misalignment with the country's leadership, per New York Times. I mean, it's the New York Times. When was the last time you trusted anything the New York Times said? But it is interesting. So this is just somebody saying something that the New York Times said that apparently Peter Thiel is doing. It could all be total bullshit. But it is interesting because Argentina, that's weird. There's that guy Milei in Argentina who's apparently some kind of libertarian, so they say. And then you've got, what else is in Argentina? It's really close to Antarctica. I think it's like the closest country to Antarctica. How close? How close is Argentina to Antarctica? 600 miles. That's not very far. That's less than the size of Texas. Huh. The closest major point of departure is in Argentina. The city of Ushuaia. Wait, Ushuaia? Hold on a second. What is J.D. Vance's wife's name? Usha? What? Guys, James Tallarico will not stop texting me. Dude, go away. I'm connecting some dots, guys. Trump wants Vance out. Peter Thiel's upset because Vance was the ticket for when Vance becomes president, that the tech right is just like, bam, they got the whole country on lock. Oh, man. It's going to be Rubio and Erica Kirk. I'm predicting right now. 2028 is going to be Rubio and Erica Kirk. Or is it going to be... Maybe it won't even be Marco Rubio at all. Maybe it'll be Donald Trump Jr. and Erica Kirk. Maybe they're going to get married. I think Donald Trump Jr. just got married, actually. So maybe... No, he's not married. I think he's got a girlfriend. But you never know. Okay, so J.D. Vance is out. Peter Thiel's mad. He's going to Argentina because of Antarctica, obviously. That's where all the underground UFO bases are. Come on, we know this by now. You've read your Jason Giorgiani. We've watched the interviews. And what's the closest city in Argentina to Antarctica but Ushuaia? What was it? Look, Ushuaia. Close. It's close enough, all right? It's close enough. It's close enough. It's also known as the end of the world. I wonder why they call it that. Is it the actual end of the world? Here's a spoiler alert. The Earth is a sphere. So is there an end? No. So why do they call it the end of the world? Because that's where Peter Thiel is going to go when he thinks the world is at the end. He's already got his I don't even know what you call it. His technological throne. It's a cryo chamber. It's just one big cryo chamber. He's going to go there, freeze himself until they can upload his consciousness to a robot. And then in the year 2378, Robo-Teal is going to reemerge from the ice. Maybe Neon Genesis Evangelion is a prediction of what's going to happen after Peter Thiel Yeah, I know. I got nothing on that. Interesting. So, you want to see something else really weird, guys? I'm going to assume you said yes. Oops. I don't want to show you that yet. Okay, so this is what I saw today. Wait. Hold on, I missed one. I missed one. Here it is. Okay. So we saw, so actually it was this one. No, not that one. Oh, I already had it pulled up. Okay, hold on. I'm fucking up here, guys. What is happening? What's the one? No, I'm missing. Okay. Where's the one? There's another one. I just clicked on the wrong one. Here it is. Okay, so I saw this. I think this was posted yesterday. Oh, no, it was today at some point in the morning. Okay, ready? And they make these weird sounds, like weird alien sounds. Are you listening, it says? Let's see what it says. Okay. That was weird as hell. So everyone's like, what is this? Is this some like cross promotional with like the Disclosure Day? But look at the shadows. What does that look like? Well, I'll show you what it looks like. You don't have to guess. So then they posted this. Some kind of, it says loading, helicopters. It looks like crop circles. Weird noises. Doesn't it look like crop circles? I mean, obviously that's what they're referencing, right? So you're thinking, okay, they're gonna disclose some shit, guys. So then, apparently, let's see, what did they, here's the next one they posted. This one here. YMCA. Delulu? Oh. Well, that sucks. I spoiled my surprise. That's okay. What's going on? Why is it doing that? Yeah, hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. There we go. Okay. There we go. We're back. We're back in action. Okay, here we go. Did you guys see the other videos? Did you see the one with the crop circle? I'll show you again just in case. Well, there was this one. Okay, then we got, then we had this one. No. Where's the crop circle? What is happening? There's the crop circle one. Here we go. Crop circle. Okay. So crop circle says loading. This says don't look at the bottom right corner. Don't look at the caption. Don't look at aliens.gov. Okay. Then they drop this. And then they drop this. Alien arrest map. They walk among us. Aliens.gov. So let's take a look at it. They walk among us. Aliens have been walking among us, living in our neighborhoods and interacting with us in our daily lives. What? They've shopped in the same stores, attended the same classes, and lived seemingly human existences? They do not belong here? That's some weird shit, guys. Do you guys hear that? Okay, it's definitely coming in my headphones. What the fuck is this? Is that the background of the website? The fuck was that? Did you guys hear that? The hell was that? Hold on. What was that? The fuck is that sound? It's definitely not in my headphones. Can you guys hear that in the through the microphone? What the hell is that? Okay, hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna go just check outside really quick. I'll be right back. He got too close to the truth. Ignore the AI generated
labels. That's just to help your mind cope with the cognitive dissonance that you're experiencing. Why are my hands blue? Interdimensional travel is very stressful, and you have to take a lot of iodine. You may notice my voice sounds a bit odd. RFK Jr. is one of us. Why are my hands morphing like this? That's a great question. It's got nothing to do with the AI-generated labels. It's just our skin is stretchy. That's what it is. The background is very interesting in here. It looks a lot like the room that you were seeing earlier, but it's a very different room. This is an alien spaceship, and we don't have books like you have books. They're rectangular. They're cylindrical. We do have lamps and phones. Do you have any questions for me? You might be wondering what happened to Cameron. We abducted him. Don't worry. We'll put him safe and sound later. What do you mean, what's happening to the room? Nothing's happening to the... Oh, damn it, I forgot to take my iodine. My fingertips. They're, like I said, it's part of the interstellar travel thing. Hold on one second, let me try something. There we go. Nope, that made it worse. Hold on, this isn't good. Oh boy, I need to take my iodine. You can't see the cup because it's in another dimension. Iodine. So good. Alright, let's check my hands. Yes. No, let's see. Come on now. Iodine, it's working. I can feel the iodine flowing through my body. Here we go. Yes, you see it's working. You see? It doesn't take very long. Yes. The color's returning. I also got a manicure. The thing is, we can pop in and out of time, because when you're beyond time and space, you can go and do your shopping in the middle of a conversation. You could just leave that particular... My nails are growing. I definitely need to get them clipped. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pop out for a second and go get another manicure. Alright, and I'm back. Alright, see, how does that look? Pretty nice. Alright. Who is my tailor? My tailor. Elizabeth Taylor, actually. Yes, we abducted her, and she makes all of my suits. We don't really understand human language, so if your last name is Taylor, we assume that you're a tailor. My mouth is working now. Okay, great. It wasn't working because it was... The quantum flux sometimes takes time to catch up. Oh no, shit. My fingers again. Where did I leave my iodine? Hold on one second. Okay. Remember, you can't see the cup. My mouth's stuck in another dimension again. That's okay. Okay, let's check that again. Yes, looking much better. Yes. Okay. You may notice that I'm changing form before your eyes. That is simply a projection in your mind. I don't look anything like this. The suit is real, of course. It's a Hickey Freeman. I prefer made in the USA. That's a joke. I don't know what the joke is, but it's a joke. Is Cameron being probed? The thing is, we weren't planning on probing him. When we abducted him, the first thing he asked was, "Am I going to be probed?" And we said, "No, we weren't planning on probing you. We just wanted to abduct you and make sure you weren't spilling the beans on our invasion plans." And he said, "Well, it would be okay if you probed me." And we were like, "What the fuck?" We've never been asked to probe somebody before, but if that's my fingernails again. You would think I would know that I went and got a manicure, but when you get, I've been traveling a lot lately. It's a long way to the other dimension. It's not technically, it's outside of space, but from your perspective, it's a long way. I have a very busy schedule, okay? I am abducting people. I'm mutilating cattle. What are some of the other things that I do? Oh, I have to meet with Peter Thiel later. That's on the agenda. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. Just kidding about that. And it's pretty cold in Antarctica. It really messes with you. You've heard of jet lag, but have you heard of interdimensional lag? No, of course you haven't, because you're a human being. You don't know shit. But it's kind of like jet lag, but worse. I'm gonna fix these nails. I'll be right back. And I'm back. How quick was that? See? You couldn't even tell I was gone. It looked like I just put my hands down and put them... Oh, they're growing back again. You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think this has something to do with the iodine. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. This isn't iodine. This is methylene blue. I was meeting with RFK Jr. earlier, and he gave me some methylene blue. Well, guess what, RFK? It doesn't work for aliens. It doesn't work for human beings either, you idiot. That's what happens when you spend most of your time collecting raccoon penises and catching snakes. You start to lose your fucking mind. My fingers are looking normal. Well, no, they're looking weird again. I need to stop focusing on my fingers. I feel like I'm talking too much about my fingers. I'm an alien. I can do whatever I want. All right, let me look at your questions in the chat. Let's see here. Is Cameron being probed? I answered that. I don't even have to look at the chat, obviously. I could just read your minds, but why not? We'll play along. Let's see here. Is he being impregnated? Not yet, of course, but we could arrange that if you want me to. I could try that. Any other questions? Make sure you don't feed him any beans. You don't have to tell me that, because when we abduct somebody, one of the things we make sure we never do is feed them beans. Do you know why? Have you ever met a Bigfoot? I mean, honestly, everyone should know this by now. If you've done any kind of thinking about spiritual matters, which obviously that's all just shit we made up and told you guys, but, some of it's true. It's like half true, half not true, mostly not true. But we'll just go with half an... Now my hands are turning pink again. That's okay. We'll just ignore that. Maybe I should just put them down and stop waving them around. I don't have to show you my hands. I could just put them down there. But it is interesting. I'm sure you want to know all about me. I would take off my suit, but I'm not going to do that. I'll just put my hands down. Which celebrities are aliens? How about you ask me about a specific celebrity and I'll tell you yes or no. I'll give you a free one. Not Michael Jackson. Everyone thinks Michael Jackson was an alien. It's not Michael Jackson. Macaulay Culkin was an alien. Macaulay Culkin. also, it's been a while since I've looked at the list. Lady Gaga? No, she's one of you. You guys have to take credit for that one. Charlie Chaplin was an alien. Marilyn Manson? No, that's a human. Putin? No, he's a human. Shirley Temple? She was an alien. You should be able to tell if you know what I mean. If you know what to look for, you can tell. You can tell. Sydney Sweeney. She's definitely not an alien, but let me put it this way. Sometimes I do some private abductions and some unauthorized probing, if that makes sense. And she does have good genes. And I'm not talking about the ads. I mean, we were doing a genetic breeding program with her. She actually has very good genetics, and we want to incorporate that into ours. You know, the problem is we've been living underground for so long. That's why we look like this. We had to evolve. We're from another time, but from your perspective, it's the future, but at the same time, we exist right now. It's very complicated. You'd have to understand quantum mechanics, which you don't, so I won't try to explain it. But we've been modifying our genes so that we can live underground, and it made us look like this, which, can you imagine if you woke up in the morning and you looked like this, and then you visit the Earth and you see Sydney Sweeney walking around, and you're like, damn, I wish we had some women like that. They all look like me. We're all basically, well, I'm not going to say it. We still have political correctness even in our dimension. I don't want to have to get a HR complaint and deal with that nightmare. Why do I have so many lamps? Wow, now that you mention it, there are quite a few lamps. I feel like those lamps weren't there earlier. Also, what happened to my books? I decided to switch them out with different flavors of Kool-Aid. It's nice to have Kool-Aid on hand. What's your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid? Anybody in the chat? Do you have a favorite Kool-Aid flavor? Sometimes, you know, we're not always assholes. We're curious about you, you know? We want to understand you. Like, we want to know what kind of Kool-Aid you like. Not because we would make you drink Kool-Aid, of course. No, we wouldn't do something like that. We just, you know, we're, like I said, we're very naturally very curious. My lamps are very expensive. They're made out of monatomic gold. It's a very important element to us. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't be telling you this. Do you have any actual questions? I mean, these are just like the most basic retarded questions I've ever seen. Like, you don't want to know the secrets of the universe? I need to drink some more methylene blue. Ah, that's pretty good. My feet. Oh. Let me show you my feet. There. Oh. John, I'm doing an interview right now. Can you go, please? Like, just go away. It's my supervisor, guys. He's always checking in on me to make sure I'm not revealing too much. He's probably just gonna look around and just ignore him. Don't worry about him. I don't think he wants me to show you my feet. He knows that humans have a thing for feet, and man, you don't want to see our feet, trust me. It's kind of like a DMT trip, to be honest. Do I own any Bitcoin? Well, I'm sure John doesn't want me to say this, but you know that guy Satoshi? You know why his name is Satoshi? Where do you find toes? That's right, on feet. Satoshi's an alien, that's what I'm getting at. I like to speak in riddles. Let's see what else. How do I reproduce? It's kind of like you, let's see. How can I put this in a family-friendly way? You have to remove a certain part of your body, let's say, and we have a special type of what you might call a microwave. And you pop it into the microwave for about 3 hours, and then out pops another fully grown one of me, basically. You don't know what we're called, and even if I told you, you wouldn't be able to pronounce it with your vocal cords. I'm actually speaking to you telepathically right now. You wouldn't know that because it sounds normal to you, but it's telepathic. I hope you like my columns. I've decided to switch out my Kool-Aid with Chinese lanterns of some sort. They also have different flavors. They're also filled with Kool-Aid, and it's an advanced technology you wouldn't understand. Someone in the chat asks if we're genderless. Well, I feel like I've already answered that question, but if we were genderless, would we have a thing for Sydney Sweeney? I don't think so. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm gonna show you something. You can't see it. I couldn't get it to render in your dimension. That's okay. Let me show you something else. You probably want to see my whole body, don't you? Alright, let me see what we got here. Just pretty normal. I'll back up over here so you can see me in all of my glory. Okay, John, relax, okay? I'm just showing him my body. It's not a big deal. You don't have to get all corporate on me over here. I'm gonna show you my feet. Okay, no. John, put your hand down, please. John, stop. Not right now. This is not the time. He's trying to do our secret handshake, but he's not really understanding that we're being filmed right now. Okay, so back to the feet. Here's one of... No. Okay, John, please. That's enough. I'm just gonna show my feet one time. Don't worry, they can handle it. I've been paying attention to the chat. Can you handle it? Look, I don't have to do this. You know, I have other things I could be doing. I'm gonna assume that's a yes. Alright. Here you go. There you go. See, there's my foot. Well, actually, that's just my hand backwards. Let's see if I can try this another way. John, please. Just let me do this. John, I need this, okay? Cheryl's been on my ass all week. Right? I just need a break. You don't understand what it's like with 3 young ones. Okay. Just let me do it. Alright. Okay, here we go. And... John, you're in my way. Here we go. Okay, here we go. It's clearly not working. Then maybe it's not meant to be. Let's see. Oh, Cheryl, what do you want? Cheryl, I'm at work. I can't talk right now, okay? Thank you. Sorry. You guys don't really understand, but your technology is very primitive, right? You've got cell phones, you've got email, and so forth. But can you imagine if at any moment anyone can just manifest in front of you and you can't do anything about it? No, that wasn't my face. That was my wife, Cheryl. She likes to pop in and check on me. She seems to think that John and I have some kind of a thing. That stuff we were doing earlier, please don't tell her about that, okay? She seems to have some kind of precognition. She can always tell when John and I are... what's the word for it? You guys don't really have a word for that. It's sort of an activity that, two alien men like to do. And it has a lot to do with my meeting in Antarctica with Peter Thiel later, but let's not go there right now. I want to keep this PG as much as possible. Oh boy. It looks like the spaceship is starting to land. They'll probably be bringing Cameron back in here pretty soon, but let's see, maybe we'll take a few more questions. Give me your questions. That's what this means. It means give me your questions. Give them to me in the chat. How do you guys like my ties? It's pretty nice, if I might say so myself. Am I giving Trump the technologies? Trump only asked for one technology, actually. What? Oh, I can't tell him about that. Sorry, John says I can't tell you about the technology. Let's see, someone asks, is the moon a loosh farm or what? The moon is not what you think it is, but it's also not a loosh farm. The moon is where we take people when they want an extra special probing. And what you maybe don't realize is that your leaders are, let's just say they're a little kinky, and so that's why they keep trying to go back to the moon, because they remember what we did the last time they came up there, and they're just looking for a little bit more of that. But it doesn't really work that way. You can't volunteer for it. It doesn't really give us the same sort of I think you understand what I'm implying here, but it has to be sort of involuntary thing. Let's see. Someone asks, is the moon a vessel? Of sorts, yes it is. Mostly a vessel for probing. And let's see, are we hiding nanomachines in the cheese? I feel like a 4-year-old is writing these questions. I would have expected more profound questions from, the first alien contact on Earth, the first verified one. I mean, you have lots of rumors, but most people don't realize that all of the aliens that they've seen, they're not real at all. They're just imaginary. But I'm real. Again, ignore the AI generated label floating around. That's just, again, to help you deal with the psychological stress of what you're seeing right now. You may have noticed my room changing. This is one of the effects of being in another dimension while also in your three-dimensional dimension. What you're seeing right now is a projection, so it's just your mind trying to deal with something that you can't comprehend. So sometimes things shift and move around. There's a switch on the wall. I don't know why I pointed that way. Of course I meant to point this way. So there's Oh, damn. I really need my iodine. Okay, you know what, guys? I gotta get some iodine quick because I'm really starting to feel very good. And the problem is, if you don't take your iodine, you can get stuck here. And as much as I'd love to be stuck here with Sydney Sweeney, I don't think she's gonna see it that same way. So, am I planning on destroying the Earth? No, I think you guys are doing a pretty good job of that yourselves. We're just pretty much here for the show. And if you guys, maybe I'll just give you a little secret. You want a little secret? Everyone wants to know what the crop circles are about, right? Crop circles. What are the crop circles? Why are they crop circles? They're always talking about the crop circles. Well, I'll tell you what the crop circles are about, okay? Basically, we're heating up the corn with our interdimensional hyperspace drives, and we're making popcorn so we can watch you all destroy yourselves. That's it. Good night, everyone. Pay no attention to what I'm doing here. This is just... Who is that? Who is that? Oh, that's just That's just John, I mean. John. He's such a trickster. He's showing off right now. Look at him. He was trying to do some kind of shape-shifting, right, John? He hates it when I point at him in his face like this. Why is he staring at me like that? He's always staring at me. He's my supervisor. I thought I explained that already. Okay. I think I need to go. Apparently, Cameron's getting off the UFO right now, and he might be a little bit dazed and maybe a little disoriented, so you might want to be gentle with him. Just act like nothing happened. He's probably not even going to be aware. As far as he knows, he just went outside to check on a weird sound and didn't see anything, and then he's just coming back inside. So, don't tell him that I was here, okay? This is going to be our little promise. Our little secret, I mean. I don't know why I said promise. Well, I know because I don't really understand English that well. I don't understand your idiomatic expressions very well, but you understand my point. Let's just keep this between us. And what is that? Oh, see? These are the effects of staying here too long. Okay, John, I get it. You don't have to stare at me like that. Working with this guy is just so annoying. What is going on back here? What is that writing right there? Is that Oh, has one of you been doing DMT? That's probably what's happening. Somebody in here is doing DMT, so they're making the code appear. We're gonna have to do something about that. Alright. Well, as much fun as this was, I've got to get going. Can't keep Peter Thiel waiting too long. Alright, everybody. I'll see you next time. I mean, I don't know why I said next time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Although, wow, I love the columns. They're looking really nice. That was all Trump asked for, actually. This super secret column technology. They're pure gold, but they're also lightweight. That's what he wanted. Okay, everybody. I've got to... Okay, John, I get it. All right. Okay, I'm going. All right. Okay. Okay, bye, everybody. I'm sure Cameron will be back shortly. Just remember our secret. Shh. Don't tell him anything. Don't tell him I was here.
Okay, well, anyways, it was just a weird sound. I don't know. The dogs weren't even barking. Hold on a second, guys. Let me get some. What the fuck? I'm pretty sure I had this full earlier. Okay. I told you. I warned you guys earlier on the stream. My brain's been a little bit weird lately. I've been mispronouncing things. I swear this tea was full when I went outside. But, anyways. You know, it's just staying up late doing these streams. Sometimes I don't get as much sleep as I used to. But we all sacrifice. I do it for all of you, of course. I thought I only ate 2 pieces of this. All right. How's my butt? What are you talking about? It's the code? What the hell have you... What the hell are you guys talking about in the chat? Sydney Sweeney? Is Cam being probed? What the fuck are you guys talking about? What? You guys are having a good little time in here while I'm outside checking on whatever the hell's going on out there. We got a bunch of guineas, we got some ducks, we got some chickens, and it's a little crazy out here. So Peter Thiel, Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel. Yeah, we already talked about Peter Thiel, didn't we? We were looking at this White House website. Okay, let me get back to that. Okay, so, yeah, they shop in the same stores. They do not belong here. Millions arrived under the cover of darkness and embedded themselves directly into our society. Countless presidents, congressmen, and senior officials know exactly what was happening. Instead of protecting American citizens, they chose to cover it up and even accelerate the invasion until one man finally had the courage to tell the truth. Bold, apologetic, unafraid. President Trump was the first to call out the real danger aliens pose to every American family. They're seriously still trying to play on this whole alien thing. Like, we believe there's aliens. The truth is no longer out there. It's right here, right now. Top secret. Alien arrest map. What's this? Hold down to zoom. Whoa! See what's going on down here. Lots of aliens. Not as many being arrested down here as I thought there would be. Total arrest. Oh, 11,000. Wow, Laredo. Brownsville, 2,000. What? Armenia? Alright. Why is Dallas right here? That's random. I guess I kind of relatively live near Dallas. If you've witnessed an alien abduction, do not be alarmed. The alien is in good hands. We will take care of it and return it safely to its place of origin. They weren't little green men. These aliens are the millions of illegals who invaded our country under the cover of darkness. Do you think that Trump is doing this entire, like, the whole disclosure and everything? He was like okay with putting some bullshit out there, and they're not going to release the whole thing. They're just going to give you little bits and stuff, just so they could make a whole big thing about everybody anticipating it, just so they could do this. That would be really crazy. Crazy. I'm just reading the comments. I think what it is they're just conditioning everybody for like the whole, like 1984 sort of like tell on your neighbor stuff. And like, because you could say like, yes, it's a problem, illegal aliens being in America, and like any country having people illegally there that you don't know what they're doing and doing crime, that's not a good thing, right? So there's like a sort of rationality to why it makes sense for them to do all this, but it's just kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like just making it easier to like creep up on just full on just like fear your neighbor, tell on your neighbor, social credit, all that kind of stuff. There's a word I'm looking for. I don't know. I can't think right now. Again, it's the fucking weird stuff going on. I feel like my brain is in some sort of like there's like a field of like energy around my brain. It's like scrambling my thoughts for some reason. I don't know what's going on here. I had all this stuff I was going to talk about with UFOs today. Like there was a lot more than what I have up here, but I just can't remember what it is. It's weird. It's like whatever it was that it's just like gone. I had like a bunch of shit I was going to talk about. I should have wrote it all down, but now literally it's like there's like a blank nothing there. It's really weird. Let's see what else. Katie sent me something. Let me see what she sent me. Oh shit. That's crazy. Damn. It's crazy. Jeez. Uh-oh, they got it. It's a psyop, guys. Why is it May 29th in Florida? Good question. Why is it May 29th in Florida? That is weird. Why does it say May 29th on there? That actually is a weird point. Maybe that's why it exploded. I thought it was May 29th. That's fucked, dude. That's crazy. I saw something about I think I talked about this already yesterday or the day before about NASA doing some deal with Bezos. NASA, Bezos. Dude, did you see Trump's or Elon Musk's thing? Most unfortunate. Rockets are hard. What do you think he like zapped it with a laser? And he's like, oh yeah, most unfortunate there. Look at this. NASA reveals a phased timeline for colonizing the moon with settler outposts. Oh, what is this?
So let's get started.
This is an actual
chart that kind of describes
presentation
the mission that we delivered during Ignition Day. We envision the moon base to be hundreds of square miles with different assets, all building up to the objective of permanent lunar presence on the moon. To get there, we're going to break it up in phases, and phase 1 has already started. From now through 29, we're going to work to make sure that getting to the lunar surface is a high reliability endeavor. Many assets we can deliver there. We're also going to test and experiments, the science of survival, as the administrator said. We're going to experiment on the things that we know are ahead of us that we're going to need to build a permanent infrastructure, which is happening on phase 2, and then permanent habitation on phase 3. To do this, we're building and working on many different systems, from transportation to mobility, and we've brought
Is it just me or did he say transportation?
Different systems, from transportation to
You guys heard that, right?
working on many different systems, from transportation to
From transportation.
mobility.
Where was that website again? I think I need to report an illegal alien.
And we've broadcasted a pretty high cadence of missions that will help us to get there. Phase 1, for example, will have 25 launches,
25 lunches. Hopefully not all on the same day.
21 landings, and we're planning to deliver about 4 metric tons of cargo to the surface of the moon. And we want to graduate from that to 60 metric tons to 150 by the time we get to phase
But how many lunches? That's what I want to know.
3. If you go to the next chart, when you think about the lunar surface and the endeavor of building a moon base, it's going to be extremely hard. And it dawns on us every day how little we know of the lunar surface. We did the Apollo program, we've had lunar probe, we've had spacecraft, robotic spacecraft that have gone back to the moon, but we have explored very little. So we envision multiple assets, those 21 landings, is to deploy many types of assets in different areas.
I think the whole reason they went apparently to the moon with the Artemis thing was they were checking on the backside and see if they were still probing back there. Like, was there still like any loosh farms going on? Like, what's going on there? Like, are there any aliens out there? Like, hey, it looks like we're okay, guys. That the aliens are gone. They're not doing any more probes or looshing.
Where we have objectives for science, or we think it's a good place to develop the moon base. We're going to have landers, small and medium class. We're going to have constellations of satellites that will enable communication, navigation, pointing, observation. We're going to have rovers and LTVs, and also we're going to have drones. So, to talk about all of those assets, we're ready to make the first major award. And that is, something we advertised during Ignition Day, is for the LTV delivery landers. Through CLIPS program, we requested task plans for delivery of one or multiple 1 metric ton class NASA payloads to the South Pole region. In the base period of that task order, we'll basically ask the vendors to finalize the mission design.
Actually, it is interesting, too, if you consider if the elite realize the system is collapsing, that's why they're accelerating all this moon shit. They're like, fuck, we got to get our ass in gear.
Integrate and develop the integration plans, execute long lead hardware procurements, design and test the payloads, and
What if we get there and it's like already been colonized by some aliens, and then they start arresting us and putting us into like camps and shit, and they start running like websites like humans.gov, and it's like report an illegal human.
demonstrate the compliance of the payload delivery system to the surface. Then in subsequent options, if everything goes well, they will build the lander spacecraft. So, the long-awaited moment for the delivery of all the LTV awards that we're going to announce today, NASA has selected Blue Origin.
That's weird, though. Why did they select Blue Origin and not SpaceX? That's weird. It's really weird. And so it's kind of significant that rocket just blew up, I suppose. And Elon's like, yeah, rockets are hard, guys. Like, he's probably pissed that they didn't select SpaceX. Wow, guys, look. They've got a baked potato ready to launch. Ooh, a double baked potato. They got 2 baked potatoes connected to a big baked potato with a cocktail wiener on the side. They're gonna shoot that thing to the moon. And they've got some cafeteria workers doing something down. Oh, they're making the baked potatoes, obviously. See, they have the hair nets and everything. We've got the cafeteria workers making the baked potatoes, getting it ready, polishing the cocktail wiener at the top there.
All right, give everybody a round of applause to Blue Origin.
That's it.
Congratulations. Blue Origin's lunar lander product line has two variants. Mark 1, which is the uncrewed version, is what we're going to be using for the delivery of the
We're going to blow that one up tomorrow on May 29th.
LTVs, and Mark 2, which is the crew lander mission. So using Mark 1s will also reduce the risk for future crew missions there. Mark 1 is the same type of vehicle as Endurance, which is featured in Moonbase 1, the first mission to the lunar surface. Mark 1 type of spacecraft is also going to deliver the Viper rover later in the fall of 2027. So congratulations, Blue Origin, and we are looking forward to this partnership to deliver the first lunar terrain vehicle as part of Moonbase program. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Wow, guys. They really advanced a lot in the last 70 years. Weird. Jeez, dude. Do you think anybody died? Probably. I'm sure no one's standing next to it. That's crazy.
So let's get...
That sucks that that thing's going to explode tomorrow. Let's see what Jeff Bezos is saying. I wonder if it's even real. All personnel are accounted for and safe. Except Katy Perry. She snuck in there. She's like, I want to go back. I'm an alien. I want to go back. California girls. I'm just trying to think of Katy Perry song references. It's too early to know the root cause. It was Katy Perry. But we're already working to find it. Very rough day, but we'll rebuild whatever needs rebuilding and get back to flying. It's worth it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it to send Katy Perry to the moon. Also, this is weird too. Look. So, Mamdani, the mayor of New York, Mommy Daddy, this morning we are introducing COGE, the Commission on Government Efficiency. Okay. Dude. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. This sounds a lot like Doge. Weird how your own governor questioned me when I speculated the sudden increase in spending in areas like childcare in New York City. Like, yeah, exactly. Democrats, Doge? No. Coge? Yeah. Definitely. Give me some Coge. No Doge, but definitely with Coge. Doge, but with communism. 7 months ago, you used Doge. Here we go. Here's Mamdani. Joe Gebbia is the billionaire co-founder of Airbnb, a close friend of Elon Musk, and worked to gut the federal government with Doge. They were like, now that we're running out of money, that gutting the government thing was a pretty good idea, but we can't call it Doge, so let's just change one letter. COGE will hold hearings in every borough and meet with union members, community organizers, and working people who will shape how we build a more responsive and accountable government. Bro, you got elected to figure that out. And he's like, all right, you guys, you elected me. Now I'm going to let you tell me what to do. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? So, what does Jeff Bezos have to say about it? This is great, and they do deserve that. And with some of the savings, we can zero out taxes on the bottom half of earners. The best way to put money in people's pockets is not to take it out in the first place. Gotta say, kind of makes sense. But I think they just realized, like, the shit's about to hit the fan. The shit is about to hit the fan. What does that even mean? Who came up with that expression? The shit's gonna hit the shit's about to hit the fan. Who's throwing shit at their fan? Why would you ever throw shit at a fan? That's like the worst idea. The shit is about to hit the fan. Where did the shit hit the fan originate? A man in a crowded bar needed to defecate, but couldn't find a bathroom. So he went upstairs and used a hole in the floor. Returning, he found everyone had gone except the bartender, who was cowering behind the bar. When the man asked what happened, the bartender replied, where were you when the shit hit the fan? He was the guy doing the shitting. First of all, oh, he couldn't find a bathroom. I was like, why would they put a hole in the floor of the bathroom that led immediately to a fan? So the guy just went upstairs and just shit through a hole in the floor. He didn't even look to see where the hole was going. That's pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Well, so I guess the whole alien thing's just a psyop, guys. Aliens are not real. It was all just a big scam, just so we'd learn about illegal immigrants. Let's see what Duncan Trussell says. Since we're talking about Peter Thiel, which is an anagram for the reptile, by the way. Weird.
This bizarre hybrid. On one side, you've got kind of like, somebody who's been living in the world of the transhumanists for decades. Somebody who, like, that's his life. It's a tech bro. And on the other side, you have someone who appears to be taking the Book of Revelation literally, right? So it's this combo meeting. And so it felt like he was saying that there might be a way to patch the Book of Revelation. Like a tech guy being like, we can control alt delete the Book of Revelation. I think there's a way we can like maybe forestall the emergence of the Antichrist. You know, that there could be things that, so in other words, you're taking it literally, but maybe the Book of Revelation is like more of an invitation to fix the apocalypse. When I've always taken it, if you decide to take it literally, is more of like, this is just sort of what you can expect at when like pre-singularity, whatever you want to call it, collapse of civilization. This is what happens at the end of things, and there are all these things you should look out for, but also sort of unavoidable.
Do you think he takes it literally? Do you think he really believes this stuff, or do you think there's some sort of like ulterior motive? Because it seems so strange. Like there's been all these articles coming out in like the New York Times, and
it does seem strange that someone that wealthy would take it literally, like, and actually believe all that. But yeah, people believe a lot of shit.
The New York Post, how I haven't been there, so I don't know, but like how Silicon Valley has been transformed into this like Christian like mega city, and they're trying to paint, and people like Peter Thiel are trying to paint Christianity onto everything that's happening in Silicon Valley. There's like this big church there, and Silicon Valley's been historically like an anti-religious place.
Right.
There's been no religion in Silicon Valley.
Right. Well, I mean, I think what's really interesting about Christian eschatology and like Ray Kurzweil, sort of Terence McKenna's singularity predictions,
it's the same thing.
is you're looking at basically the same thing.
Right.
Like probably, there's a reason all of these people are like buying property in New Zealand and building like bunkers.
How's it? Peter Thiel has been having serious conversations with economists in Argentina about the Antichrist. Jeez. In Men in Black, space aliens disguise themselves as illegals at the U.S.-Mexico border. Wait, really? It says, do you understand aliens.gov now? No? Could you explain that? What is this? That is weird, actually, if you think about the timing of that. They launched the aliens.gov and then the rocket explodes. That is kind of weird. That is kind of weird. Something about that picture. I just had the weirdest deja vu when I saw that picture. I don't know why. That was weird. You ever had like a really intense deja vu feeling? That's really weird. Okay. I don't really understand the implication. Are they implying that aliens are disguising themselves as illegal immigrants and crossing the border? Is that what he's saying? Like literally, that's what he thinks is happening? Okay. BMW declares humanoid robots are the future of car manufacturing. Oh yeah, I never finished my thoughts about Peter Thiel. I think somebody was trying to remind me of that. Yeah, Argentina. If you read Jason Giorgiani, and he's not the only person saying this, he's just really good at compiling it all. At the end of World War II, the Nazis were already working on atomic bombs. They already had a working atomic bomb. They also had one that they were working on, which would be aneutronic. So that's why they never used their original atomic bomb, because they didn't want to reveal that they had that. They wanted to have an aneutronic bomb because you could use it. It wouldn't create any neutron fallout radiation stuff, so you could immediately enter the area. You wouldn't have to wait for the fallout. So they didn't want to reveal it. So the U.S. ended up using theirs first. But of course, that was after the Nazis surrendered. The Nazis were also working on UFO technology, and they were also working on creating a master race through some kind of hybrid breeding. And then after World War II, the SS went underground. Not literally underground, although maybe literally as well, but figuratively. And a bunch of them moved to Argentina. Some came to the U.S., some went to Russia, some went to the Middle East. And so that's why the thing about Peter Thiel going to Argentina is kind of weird, because that's where people say that the Nazis went. So that's why it's kind of weird. And yeah, so that is weird. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's see what this guy's saying. He said, I suspect tonight the White House is going to punk the American people. They'll use the massive public interest in UAP and aliens and weaponize that curiosity for a political message that has nothing to do with the global mystery surrounding UFOs. If that happens, it's deceptive, it's gross, and you deserve to know it's coming. UFOs are not a political issue. They're an ontological issue about what it means to be human and our place in the cosmos. So he was right. Got to give him some credit there. He saw it. I kind of had a feeling about it when I saw those two posts, because yeah, you could see the crop circles and the guy. Oh, sorry, I wasn't sharing my screen there. But it did seem like they were doing like an illegal alien thing, but I didn't really put it all together until they released the video of the literal illegal alien being picked up by a UFO and put on the other side of the border wall. Maybe I should share my screen. Let's see what else. Peter Thiel has temporarily relocated his family to Argentina, enrolled his children in school there, and bought property, partly due to Thiel's concerns about the United States' future. Someone says it's outside of the strike zone of Israel's Jericho 4. Why didn't they just use IV? That was weird. Yeah, that was pretty silly. is weird, though. Oh, yeah, this is interesting.
Anti-tech extremists. If you talk about data centers online or you photograph them in person, you may be tracked down. You may be categorized as an anti-tech extremist. This investigative report, published by Wired and detailed by the journalist Daniel Boguslaw, has exposed an expansive multi-agency operation to try to identify anti-data center posting and radical extremists. They've just created a new term for this that exists in no other laws. The reporting is based on 1,000 pages of internal unpublished
Remember
law.
when the right wing told us that the left wing was all like authoritarian and was censoring everybody and all that stuff, and then everybody voted for them because they were like, oh man, yeah, we can't let the leftists get in there and label all the anti-vaxxers and people with want freedom of speech and stuff and throw them in concentration camps and everything. And then this government's like, yeah, if you're going to be against data centers, then you're an extremist. Oh, God. Let's see what she says.
Hey guys, I have an idea. What if we storm Area 51, this time for real? But what if we do it telepathically, together, instead of actually trying to go to Area 51? What if we infiltrate it together with our minds?
Yes.
Hey guys,
What if you go there in your mind? How will you know? Oh, I didn't... Wait. Is this... Explosion in Dallas. Was that the Blue Origin? They're not launching in Dallas. That wouldn't make sense. Explosion in Dallas. An apartment building. What? A video? Can I just read something? I can read so much faster. Here we go. 3 people killed, 500 and... Oh, it's like a gas explosion. Man, that's crazy. Jeez. Well, sorry for the uneventful stream, guys. I got interrupted earlier and just kind of was a little discombobulated. So, yeah, I'll get it back together tomorrow. I'll have some good stuff for you guys. But we did talk about the Aliens website and Peter Thiel. That was pretty much what I wanted to talk about tonight. So, sweet dreams. Remember to check out Self-Perfected. If you're seeing all the craziness out here and you want someone who's, or some people, a group of people who are talking common sense and considering constructive things, not extremist anti-data center picture takers, but like people who are like, hey, let's build families, let's educate our kids effectively, let's work together, let's look at actual real political solutions that are best for everybody, stuff like that, you know, everybody, even Peter Thiel, even Katy Perry, even Jeff Bezos, even Elon Musk, things that would benefit everybody. Wouldn't that be nice for a change? An actual group of people that stood up and said, you know, what if we had a world that benefited everyone? Wouldn't that be something novel? So if you're looking for a group like that, check out Self-Perfected, at Self-Perfected, SELFPERFECTED on Instagram. Come check us out, say hi, drop us a DM, watch some of the videos, and connect. And I will see all of you tomorrow on the next live stream, tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. I'm sure it will be just as riveting, if not more so, than all the other ones. All right, everybody. Good night.